What the fuck you mean you don't know DJ Mark B? You better preach it. Say that. Oh, you better go now.
Welcome to Preach Care Preach with Rashad. We are the prophets. Here's another episode, another sermon coming at you from 12 Ounce Sports, Zingo TV, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can listen to us. Man, Rashad, what's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? Another day, man. Ready for this extended weekend, bro.
Hey, boy, I'm trying to tell you, that's all I am waiting on. Long week, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all gonna be worth it. Especially when you had that Monday off and you get to relax and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. It's long overdue for a little holiday, man.
Hey, so before we get into everything we're gonna get to, we're gonna get into a fantasy pod, man, for y'all. We're gonna do just mock draft from us and our thinking about NFL players and NFL season start next week. I am so excited. I know you are as well, man. Get the full fresh of all sports back at one time. You know, we really never get, NBA playoffs in the heat of it while NFL start rolling. So this is gonna be a first time for everything, and so we got that plan for y'all. But to start off the show, Steve Nash, not my guy, but you know he got hired for the Brooklyn Nets to be a coach. Kevin Durant backed him up, Kyrie backed him up as well, and apparently they wanted him from the get go. Kept it hush hush, and to me it was kind of a shocking, not necessarily Steve Nash, just like the name came out of nowhere in my opinion when he talked about the Ty Lue's, all the other guys who was up for grabs in the coaching search, and I never hear Steve Nash name that once.
Nah, his name didn't come up, but I'm kind of not surprised by the hire considering the many relationships he has amongst the front office and the team. So I'm not really surprised. And then just from the aspect of point guard, you know, those guys get hired for coaching jobs all the time. Like, happened with Derek Fisher, happened with Jay Kidd, Doc Rivers. So point guards can always get a head coaching job, like, out of nowhere if they want one, pretty much.
Yeah, you know that is like actually a good point, because you don't see power forwards out here coaching the game.
Like even Zeke had a couple of head coaching jobs, man. So like, you know, a point guard can always get one of those head coaching jobs, or either them or like Steve Kerr technically was a point guard and he got a coaching job right away. Mark Jackson, so you know, Ty Lue coach. Like, you know, if you're a point guard, you can normally get Lenny Wilkins was a former point guard. He played, so like the point guard always get the head coaching job. You're not gonna find a power forward, you know, a coaching job.
I would say that makes a good point, because you know we know about Steve Nash. You talk about Kidd. Those are guys who've been coaches on the floor like their whole career. Like, what if your boy Chris Paul, man, get a head coaching job in the future? You know, it'd be the same thing. Yeah, he been coaching on the floor the whole time, but nah, for real though, guys, this Steve Nash move to Brooklyn. Now, to me, it's crazy because like I understand why you get a point guard as a head coach, because they can pretty much they're the glue to the team. You know, during teams, that's the glue guy. But you know, for this team, do you think it's like, did it really matter who the coach was to a certain extent when you have the talent that you have? Like, I know, you know, obviously you don't want a David Blatt situation, but anybody solid with Kevin Durant and Kyrie and Dinwiddie cares going crazy. I mean, how much guidance do they really need? You know.
Oh no, you definitely need a coach just to manage those day-to-day operations and keep egos in check, man. And of course, you know, play call and stuff like that, out of the huddle, out of timeout. So you definitely need somebody who can at least has the respect. Yeah. And that's really at least the respect.
That's what it
like
is.
From a player point of view, and from, you know, his connection with Kobe, Kyrie. He worked with KD with Golden State, so you got to have a connection and respect.
Yeah, they paid Jacque Vaughn more money to stay, to be in the top assistant paid, which, you know, I guess I'm fine with that. I thought Jacque Vaughn did a good job with what he was given as interim coach the rest of the season, but 'Cause I think he's a point guard, so it's not like you know what I'm saying. I think he could have done the same thing as far as what we're gonna get from Steve Nash next year, whatever that is.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? I mean, come think about it. Most of the because most of the star guys don't be good coaches. Like in my opinion, star players don't be good coaches.
I
It's a
mean, we haven't
rarity.
had too. We haven't had too many.
That's true. I mean, the sample size is very small, but you know, Kidd seems more to me more of an assistant, more of a hands-on guy, just like Nash was with Golden State. I feel like they're more hands-on guys, while you know your backups, your Ty Lues, your Jock Vaughns are I don't know the more because they get on all phases. Like they know how to tend to the star because they play with stars, or they know what these other guys, the younger guys, trying to come up and make a name for themselves. They know how to handle them too. That's why I kind of like it's like a in between balance for both sides.
No, I think it's situation based. Like I can't knock J Kidd for either stint he had with Nets or Bucks because the Nets were built to win
Right
like
then.
that year.
Yeah.
So like once that fell apart,
That
you're
was
gonna
it.
fall apart.
Mhm.
And then even with the Bucks, they were on the rise. Giannis wasn't Giannis then. Like J Kidd played a part in helping
Right.
develop
Yeah.
that. I mean, culture wise, he might have did a few things, but just some tricks of the trade, probably some drills to work on to help skill sets and stuff like that. But as far as like him as a coach, you really can't evaluate him just yet.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
you really can say is that people like playing with him and they like being coached by him. Because
Yeah.
Giannis don't want to get fired. So
Yeah, that is true. But like I said, I think they're more hands on. So that's what you're going to see from Nash. And do you think this is a great thing for Kyrie? Because you know there was rumors that he didn't like Brad Stevens. He thought Brad Stevens was like a nerd and weird. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean Brad Stevens don't really talk. He kind of like Kawhi as a coach.
somewhat.
You know,
Yeah.
but But do you think that Kyrie with Steve Nash, like this is going to benefit him a lot because, yeah, Nash didn't win a ring or anything like that, but as far as winning, that's something Kyrie don't have unless he's with, LeBron James. So outside of that, outside of a great system around him, I want to see him be able to elevate. Like obviously got Kevin Durant there, but I want him to elevate everybody else. Like can Nash help Kyrie get him to that stage of where he's carrying a team, a real team like Dame can carry the Blazers. Like that's really my only knock against Kyrie. Obviously he can score the basketball, but nothing so far. And he was equated to, carrying a team, putting a team on his back per se. And yeah, he might not have to do it with Kevin Durant there either. But I want to see some kind of impact from him, and I want Nash to see if he can put his imprint on that.
No, I don't really care about the whole carrying the team aspect. It's just really about can you get him to buy into team culture and not realize just kind of I don't want to say elevate, just kind of just play good team ball and realize that when we need you, and just kind of massage the locker room a little bit. Like Nash will have the respect of him as a former point guard and as a guy who was known to get people the ball. So like he'll probably help him become a better distributor because his offensive game is already there.
All right, so we talk about 1 point guard. All right, so I know you're a big opponent of the Nets next year. Obviously, the goal is to win a championship.
It's theirs already.
I'm not gonna go that far. Like I said, I still gotta see what Kevin Durant looks like post Achilles, and what they do with the roster the rest of the way. But like I said, obviously the goal is to win the championship. But I want everybody to after this year. This is the last. You can't even do it this year because when it comes down to it, the last 4 teams remaining on both sides, I think the East is better. I mean, in my opinion, just because the Rockets are there, I don't like them. Anyway, but this is the last year you can definitively say the West is so much better than the East. You can't say it no more. There's not an argument anymore after this year because when you have the Bucks, you have the Sixers still. You have the Pacers, always going to be a good organization. You're going to have the Raptors still there. The Boston keep emerging as long as Tatum keep getting better. And then you're going to have Brooklyn. So that's 6. You're going to have and Heat. So that's what, 6 teams, 7 teams right there already. So I don't want to hear about this. Oh, he only winning because they in the East. I'm done with that. You got to nip that in the bud.
Shoot, the West got 12.
Man, I don't know. I mean, outside of, I don't think 8 and below in the West are any better than 7 up in the East. So it's kind of like it's going to be the same on both sides. I mean, yeah, the East are worse, from 8 to bottom. I mean, that's about the only. There's only one position. There's only one spot though. Usually it used to be like 4 or 5 spots in the East that you can ultimately say we better than like the 10th seed better than the 6th seed. I don't think we can say this anymore.
Man, the Mavs have been like a 3 seed in the East.
This year? No.
Yeah, the Mavs.
No, not this year.
They had the same amount of wins as the 3 and the 4.
You sure? Let me look
Like
that up.
Mavs would have been right there for a 3-4 seed.
Let me look that up. Cause I know we know Toronto was in the 50s. All right, Boston had 48.
Utah almost had 50 wins.
So Boston. All right, so the Mavs, the 7th seed, they had 43 wins. Obviously, COVID did play a part in the record standings, but the Mavs was the 7th seed, 43 wins, and the Sixers was the 6th seed at 43 wins. So I mean, it's only one spot. I mean, obviously the Pacers 45, so it's like Mavs right there, of course. But you say the same thing in the West though. Mavs was right there to the Nuggets, who were 46 wins. So I don't think we can say anymore about at least from actual people playing. You might could say the bottom tiers like Grizzlies could have made it in the East.
It's from a scheduling point of view. I mean, you ain't gonna play the East twice. You playing the West more times. It's from a scheduling point of view. They were playing the same East teams. Your record gonna be better.
I don't know that. But all right, so teams at the bottom, like I said, I think it's only the bottom teams that you're talking about. Because if you give the Grizzlies the East schedule, they're still going to lose to. They're still going to lose the Sixers, going to lose to the Bucks, the Raptors, the Heat, the Nets next year, Pacers. They're going to lose to the same 7 teams, so they're still going to be 8 at best. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like the whole little myth about the West is so great. I don't think so. Not no more. Not with Brooklyn here. You can't really say it anymore. Because teams like the Magic making the playoffs, 33 wins, maybe but the Wizards are going to be healthy next year too. So. I think it's going to be a strong thing, and we go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, let's receive the playoffs 1 through 16. I think that's going to nip that in the bud next year.
Nah, I'll wait and see on that.
You don't think Brooklyn can win 50 games next year?
Yeah, they're gonna have 2 of the best players in the league.
All right, so we know Bucks, Raptors, and Celtics. As long as they don't have no major shakeups, they're probably going to get 48 plus. So that's 4 teams. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's going
regular. I don't really care about regular season.
It's gonna matter next year.
It's more about who's gonna be a real contender. Like nobody taking Raptors serious. Like I don't take them serious. They don't have Kawhi. I'm not taking them serious. I don't even take the Bucks serious. They got Giannis.
Well, you should take nobody serious in the East then. I don't take nobody. If you want to go that route, only teams I think serious is the Lakers and the Clippers. Really, it's only 2 teams I take serious. They got Kawhi and LeBron. That's it. If you want to take it that way.
I mean, those 2, Houston.
I don't think Houston's here at all. At all.
Just their style. Like those 3.
I really think
Nets.
I really think Rockets should have went home yesterday. Rockets really should have went home yesterday. They're not.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about no Rockets. They got Harden. That's the only reason why they even afloat, in my opinion. This day last year. I'm glad they're gonna break this whole D'Antoni system up. Tired of it. Small ball. It's too small. Staying in the East, the Sixers been linked to Tyronn Lue, NBA champion as a coach. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I don't really know if that moves any needle for me, because they still can't space the flow. So I don't know how much that really changes for me.
No, it's just a 1-year trial and error period, man.
I don't know if you heard Elton Brand say this a while ago, like maybe last week. He was like, it's not about Ben. It's not about Embiid. It's about building the team around them, making the parts around it better. And I'm saying, like, who are you going to make better? I mean, like, how are you going to get Tobias and Al Horford? How you going to make that work?
No, you got to try for 1 year with somebody else, and then they'll figure it out from there with a trade or something.
Who do you think will get traded out of the main people like Embiid, Ben, Horford, Harris?
One of your superstars got to go. So it all depends how you want to put the team together. I still think it's Embiid, but we'll see.
No, we'll see. All right, we're gonna take a. You anything else you want to add about Tyronn Lue popping to the Sixers?
Oh no, that's probably the best they could do. What else could they do?
You're right.
Outside of pop, what else could you do?
Yeah. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to get right into our fantasy when we come on the way back.
That's what's needed to get to that next level. I'm Rob Pennell, and I'm going to teach you how to be an offensive machine.
All right, we're back.
Phenomenal.
Rashad, so we already getting into this fantasy football season. Before we start, what are your biggest things you're hearing about, just fantasy this year, that was different last year?
Definitely DeAndre Hopkins. New team, that target shot gonna be way down.
Yeah, that is crazy. My boy Bill B, man, trading everybody away. So we're gonna see about that. We're gonna just start. We using the Sleeper app. For those who haven't used that before, it's good for dynasty makeups. You can have it like super flex. You can make it flex only receivers and tight ends. Any kind of customization you want to do. So please, if you love fantasy football, check out Sleeper app. That was not an ad, but they want to book us. They want to book us though. Come on now. So we kind of did a coin toss before, not coin toss, but a randomization about who get what picks. Rashad, you had the 5th pick in the draft. So before we actually start, what's your board as far as coming down to having a pick right in the middle?
I think you got to go RB at the top just because of the position. It's essential. Not sound like essential worker, but it's a key position at the top. So I like Saquon at 1, Zeke at 2, McCaffrey at 3. And that probably sounds crazy, but I don't think McCaffrey gonna do the same numbers he did last year with a new QB, and people know the game plan for him now. So I think he'll be 3rd, and then 4 or 5. That's to me Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. I can't say Kamara. I'm not on the Kamara bandwagon. Like I'll just leap down the board to Joe Mixon and Josh Jacobs before I take Kamara.
I'm gonna say we might be the only guys who don't like Kamara in the whole world. Yeah, you can draft him while you want. Take him. I'm not gonna draft him. I'm not gonna touch Kamara.
I'm cool on somebody who's not a bell cow back.
Man,
I'm cool
this
on
man,
that.
this man.
He always kind of get banged up too.
Always banged up. He missed practice talking about something. He won't get contract. He won't get paid. And I'm sitting here watching I'm like, bro, you ain't get 1,000 yards yet in a season. Why? We know the rule. We don't pay running backs, and you a receiving back. So
he was just gonna get traded. Well, rumor has he was gonna get traded, but
yeah,
I'm not drafting him with. I don't care what pick 5, 15, whatever. I'm not drafting him.
It's gonna be real fun for me passing up on him. What do you think about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Because
I'm not drafting him either.
Now, so the reason I bring him up because one, a lot of people talk about him just because like the last time he had a guy who can run the ball and catch the ball just as much, just as even, and that's Brian Westbrook. And when Brian Westbrook was in the fantasy days, he's talking about top 5 night in, night out running back. So that's why I asked you. I was like, man, Clyde, man, you in a great system.
Nah, man, that Westbrook and McCoy stuff, that was because they didn't have them same kind of quarterback or receivers. I'm not buying Clyde.
While we talking about NFL football, I just want to mention about Clowney real quick. Tennessee Titans and the Saints are making strong pushes for him. So, man, that'd be scary on either defense. So, just keep a lookout on for that. Let's go ahead and let's go and start this thing. Then you got the 5th pick. I have the ninth pick in this draft. It's a snake draft, of course. We're only going 13 rounds, so I mean, let's start it, man. McCaffrey, of course. Clyde Edwards-Helaire went 2nd. Zeke 3rd. Kamara 4th. That's crazy, man.
Bro, that means the whole board is wide open.
That means you getting Saquon.
Yes, the whole board is wide open. You got to take Saquon right there.
Oh man, that's kind of that's crazy though. I mean, like I said, the world is all in on Clyde, and I don't blame him. I mean, I think anybody in that system in Kansas City is probably a good bet. You know, like Tyreek Hill, Mahomes, Kelsey. These are good bets.
Yeah, any draft you get Saquon at 5, you know I'm taking him.
All right, then Saquon Barkley, Rashad took him. Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas. Now I'm on the board. You know, Derrick Henry's on the board. I mean, obviously, for what he's done the past few years, I mean, you probably have to take him just because of what he's done. I love Josh Jacobs as well. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry just because of the talent of what he's done. It's back on my pick again. Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Tyreek Hill, Sanders, Eckler, and Nick Chubb all off the board. So I'm back up. I usually do the running back, but this time I don't think I can. I'm gonna go Julio Jones, who I think is the best receiver in the field. This is a guy who always play. Yeah, he get banged up, but he's always there, always a top 5 receiver every single year in and year out. Matt Ryan, you know, the Falcons, they have to pass the ball because they can't run the ball. And I'm not a believer in Gurley.
Dang, Aaron Jones went off the board.
Travis Kelce and D-Hop.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna take Kelce or DeAndre anyway. So this is
Lamar, boy.
Kenyon. You got Lamar, the best running back on the board right now. You still got Kenyon Drake, Connor, Carson. I think I want to go 2 RBs. I like Kenyon Drake, but I'm gonna go with Chris Carson.
Come on, man, go Connor, man. I'm kind of scared of all Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson, Mahomes off the board. Kittle gone in round 3. Adam Thielen, Chris Godwin, and David Johnson. All the way back to Rashad, man. What do you see now? Because this is where I feel like once you get to this 3rd, 4th, 5th round, if you draft a Gordon here, it takes a Sutton away. If you already drafted Zeke, do you get Cooper? You know, this is where you have to be careful because you got a lot of talent on the same board.
Yeah, right now I have the 2 running backs. I could go a 3rd running back with Taylor or Bell.
So you're just going to leave out Gurley, huh?
Man, I want Todd Gurley. I don't like the Falcons. I don't like UGA, and I don't like Todd Gurley and his bad knees. So I'm definitely not drafting Todd Gurley. I'm gonna slide down the board a little bit, man. Like Kenny Galladay's there, but let me get Odell Beckham Jr.
Hey, but you do have a love for Odell Beckham. Please tell us the love for him right quick.
No, when he healthy, man, Odell's I think he's the second best receiver because I think Antonio Brown's the best when he's around. But since he's not around, you know, by default right now it's Julio. But when he's healthy, I like Odell.
All right, I'm on the clock. I'm with Derrick Henry and Julio Jones. I think I got 2 monsters already as far as at their position, basically, especially by their physique. So I might just add on to that. You pass upon them. I'll take Kenny Galladay. I'll take Baby Megatron.
Yeah, you know Stafford gonna throw the ball anyway.
Oh, so
you got one team that just took 4 running backs: Josh Jacobs, Eckler, Taylor, and Bill.
That's a crazy strategy to do with how deep this receiver class is. But you only can play 3 of the running backs, and that's why I probably would never go 4 running backs off the gate because I only can play 3 of them. Especially unless you double flex. Yeah, unless you're in double flex, which this league is, so you got a good chance. I'm back on the clock again. Juju on the board, Jonathan Taylor, Cup, Cooper, Le'Veon Bell, DJ Moore gone. This is kind of the part where a lot of guys are there. You know who I'm aiming for. You can look up down the board all day long. It's two guys I really, really love, Allen Robinson and Tyler Lockett. But I think for the value in the fourth round, Allen Robinson is just a no-brainer. 99 catches last season. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yes, I know you're taking a running back on the way back with 3 receivers already. I'm gonna stick to the 2+2, and I'll just go ahead and take. You know what? No, I'm not gonna take Mark Ingram. I'm gonna take DK Metcalf.
Hey, DK Metcalf on your dynasty team too.
Yeah, he should be a 1,000-yard guy this year.
We see the third quarterback off the board, Dak Prescott. In terms of fantasy, man, Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You're talking about me.
5th round too early though, man. Like I'm not going quarterback until 7, 8, maybe depending upon who's there. But
Right.
I think that's a little bit high. Even for Dak. Dak is
Dak-
for fantasy he's good, but
Dak.
I still think
he
that's
was
a little
he was
too
the
high
second
for him.
best quarterback. I mean, obviously Mahomes got hurt, but he was the second best last year. Tyler Lockett, Andrews, DJ Chark right behind it but right before Rashad's pick. Rashad, I mean, you got a little team, man. Barkley, Carson, Odell, and DK. Nasty. But you got 2 Seattle Seahawks now.
Oh, I'm not worried about it.
Go ahead and draft Russ too. Where you at?
Hey, I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna take David Montgomery. I need another running back.
I like it. Keenan Allen, they go Russ off the board now.
I thought about taking Robert Woods instead of DK Metcalf, but I mean, with Russ the better quarterback, man, I gotta take the Russ guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I went 3 receivers. I kind of stacked that up a little bit there. I think when you get a stud like Derrick Henry, or Cook, or all those guys, Barkley, I think you could fade running back. Obviously, you betting on health, but you can still get talent later on down the board. Like I said, it is a double flex league. I see Scary Terry on the board, T.Y. on the board.
No, you need to see Rojo on that board.
Nah, that's okay. With Fournette addition, I am good on the backfield of the Bucks.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I think Fournette might be what LeGarrette Blount was like 3 years ago and lead the league in touchdowns because he just gonna be a bruising power runner.
I'm gonna go Scary Terry in Washington. So I got 4 number 1 receivers. So outside of Julio, he doesn't really have nobody. Well, Marvin Jones is always good, but he's a late round guy. But outside of Calvin Ridley, Allen Robinson don't really have no threat. Terry don't have no threat either, taking targets away from them. I'm back on the clock. I'm not really in love with like Dobbins and Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not really where I would want to go. So like low key, I gotta still keep. Like if I'm reaching for a running back, it's gonna be this one right here, who I love this year. That's Jordan Howard. Like,
Jordan Howard.
I like
He's
Jordan
always been a steal.
Kyler Murray off the board now. Kyler Murray, man, that's our guy this year.
And bro, I was just finna pick him too. Like he went 1 pick before mine, so I was, I think at that spot it'd have been a good value for him.
Yeah.
But I can wait on quarterback, tight end. I don't ever value tight end high. I feel like you can just stream tight end. Whatever you get, that's what you get. Because we hate kicker leagues too, so I mean I can afford to stream a tight end.
Yeah. We definitely not with the kickers, bro. And that's my first question when I ask everybody. I'd be like, hey, you got kickers? I'm not really with that.
Yeah, I'm cool on that kicker vibe, but I'm still on the board. Let me take Brandon Cooks.
So you think Brandon Cooks will be the best receiver on the Texans, or you think he'll just be the most healthy, I guess?
Man, as long as he don't get a concussion, he gonna be okay. Y'all
Fair
get
point.
a concussion, so as long as he don't get a concussion, he'll be okay. But
Fair point.
Will Fuller, has he ever played 16 games? That's why
I don't think Will Fuller played 10.
I tried to tell you the other day, man. I think he might do it this year.
It's possible. I mean, that's how life works, though. Like D-Hop needed help at receiver with him so long. As soon as he leave, that's when y'all start. that's when y'all do it. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, for the value, I'm gonna take Julian Edelman.
I like it. Top 10 receiver last year. Like Debo, Matt Ryan off the board.
And then it happened again, man. I was gonna get Deshaun Watson, but he went one pick before mine too. So you know how we are. We'll stream quarterback too.
Right.
It's so many quarterbacks. You can stream that.
Looking up and down the board, trying to find a steal. If I can, trying to find me a little steal. I see guys I like later on down. Somebody has convinced me that the Broncos backfield will be a two-headed monster more than just a one. Even though they paid Melvin Gordon, I like Lindsey, but I don't know if he gets the receiving work for that. So I'm just gonna stay safe, man. You got OBJ. I get his teammate Jarvis Landry. Jarvis, man. Jarvis. My fault, cuzzo. Jarvis. Ooh, jeez. That's crazy. I'm probably back on the clock already.
Man, why is Antonio Gibson going so high? I don't value it.
Well,
I mean, they got Bryce Love, they got Adrian Peterson. I'm not messing with Gibson.
The fantasy world, the fantasy people, they want to get Adrian Peterson out of the game. Like they don't want him to be playing. So it is what it is on that. Lindsey stayed on the board though. He stayed on the board for me. So I mean, I feel like I have to take him. Lindsey or Latavius Murray, because like I feel like Latavius Murray got a lot of standalone value. That's just me. So I'm gonna go Latavius. If Kamara get traded, well, Latavius Murray a top 10 back.
Oh yeah, but I don't think he'll get traded. I think he'll stay.
That's fine. They shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what to think. I mean, you basically paying a guy who catches the ball, which you need it because
it's valuable, but at the same time, I just don't like Kamara like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go tight end. Like Hunter Henry's there.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
Considering what's at running back, I really don't want any of that. So I'm looking at tight end. Hayden Hurst is there in Falcons offense. He could be pretty good. But before he gets away and makes it to you, I'm gonna go Josh Allen at quarterback.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you wow. That's the second time you did it to me. That's crazy, bro.
It's either him or Daniel Jones once you get past, like, based upon the board that we have on this draft.
Yeah.
Once you get past Josh Allen, then I'm going into, like, Daniel Jones, Cam Newton territory. So I'll go ahead and take Josh Allen, and then I'll just take Hayden Hurst on the comeback.
I was like Jared Cook went as well, Tyler Higbee as well as two tight ends off the board, with your addition as well. I got a lot of high praises. I'm gonna see if I can risk it. I'm gonna risk it right here. Like they say, like my boy Bruce Arians say, no risk it, no biscuit. Honestly, bro, that's a terrible saying, cause
it is.
Cause what?
Terrible.
I look, you don't want to get snagged for my guy, so I'm taking my guy Matthew Stafford.
Oh, Matthew Stafford.
You already know, man. When in doubt, man. When in doubt.
And that's a double up too, because you got Galladay.
Tight end. I'm gonna take Noah Fant. I think he's gonna have a big season this year. The Broncos offense, I am in love with.
Yeah, I like the talent there, but I need to see it in action first. So I think they'll be a good team, but I'll wait on that. Henry Ruggs on the board. I like that pick just because of who else Derek Carr can throw the ball to. I mean, outside of Darren Waller, because Jacobs hasn't shown he can catch it, so that'll be a solid pick. Sterling Shepard, he's safe, so that's a good pick. Austin Hooper had a good year last year, so that'll be a good pick. But I think I'm gonna go back to running back, man. I'm going Henderson Jr. I just traded for him in our dynasty league. I got him and Le'Veon Bell for Sonny Michel and Rojo.
Rojo just might lose a spot. Oh man, so I got 2 bench spots left in the defense. So if you was to get defense right, are you gonna do defense now, or are you doing what we always do, punt?
Oh yeah, man. You know I'll stream a defense, but just for the sake of this draft, just because they're there, I would take the Steelers, but I like the Bills' schedule.
Yep, to open it
up. I also like the Chargers' opening schedule, so I'm going to take the Bills instead.
Gotcha. Make a lot of sense. Justin Jefferson on the board, Adrian Peterson, Jameson Crowder. Now it's on to me. So right now I'm looking at I got Latavius Murray, Jordan Howard. Derrick Henry. Only got 3 running backs. So I probably need to invest in someone here. And because of the connection, I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you. Because of the connection, and they just cut his teammate. I'm gonna go Chris Thompson, bro. Like I feel like with Jay Gruden back there again, no matter what, the team in Washington always had to put him on the field. He had to play.
The team in Washington still feels weird to say that.
Yeah. Gotta be politically correct though. All right, so defense is coming off the board. I guess I'll just go and take me one. You already said it. The Chargers opening schedule was pretty good. They did lose Derwin James for the year, man. That was a tough blow, bro. Like that really was a tough blow. But to start the season off with at Cincinnati and they played Carolina in week 3, like they got Kansas City in week 2, but
man, it's a rookie quarterback. They're gonna destroy a rookie quarterback.
I need
Carolina.
That.
I mean,
yeah, they killing that too.
Yeah, I know you like Teddy because he played for your team, but I'm cool on
Hell
Teddy.
no, I'm betting under. Where the Panthers fans at? I'm not with none of that. The Panthers, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna win no games this year. Y'all win by 5 or 6, maybe.
Man, I see one of your favorite players on the board, Sammy Watkins.
Who favorite player? That's wild.
One of your favorite players, Sammy, on the board.
That's funny. That's funny. That's a good one.
I'm gonna leave Sammy for you. I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into that Preston Williams, John Brown, Alan Lazard range, and even Golden Tate. He's in play. Larry Legend on the board.
Go ahead and get Larry. That's the guy. That's the move right there, boy.
Your other homie down here, Corey Davis.
Hey, that was probably one of my biggest busts ever, bro. I just knew Corey about to pop.
I'm gonna take John Brown, man.
Hey, I just knew Corey was gonna pop. I knew he was. That man is suspect everywhere. Hey, Buccaneers got too many running backs, bro. Rojo, Keyshawn Vaughn, McCoy, Fournette.
Yeah, you just hoping to hit on something if you take a running back from that team. You just hoping to hit.
Yeah. Mike Williams, he injured. I don't think he playing week 1.
And then Tyrod only throw it to one person anyway. So it's gonna be Eckler and Allen,
that's it.
And Hunter Henry.
Yep, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, even Shady McCoy on the books. So I'm definitely not taking Shady McCoy right now. I see Jarrett McKinnon. I'm not taking Carlos Hyde. I already have Carson, so he could be a handcuff.
What team is Carlos Hyde on?
Oh, Carlos Hyde on Seattle. But you have Carson.
That's
You
not
have
bad.
Carson and potentially Penny. So I'm not worried about
You
that.
saying potentially, man? That man wasted first round pick.
I'm looking at either.
Hey, to be honest, bro, I really don't
You know
understand.
what? I'm gonna go ahead and go Alan Lazard. I'm gonna take a dart throw.
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. So the team that drafted Russell Wilson also got Baker Mayfield. Okay. Team that got Kyler Murray also went golf. Team that got Watson also got Newton. Y'all just be hogging quarterbacks.
Man, they just snipped your pick, bro. Sammy Watkins, jumping right before he got to you.
I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to tight end because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go with my other surprise guy. I'm gonna go his former teammate too. T.J. Hawkinson, Iowa stand up.
Yeah, see, I was high on TJ. I thought TJ would ball out last year, but he had the one big game and was it week 1, week 2, and then after that he didn't do anything else.
Against
After
the
that
damn
he
Cardinals,
was just
who couldn't stop nobody.
after that I think he was just getting 2 or 3 catches,
Right.
and then he tried to leap over somebody and got a concussion. Like, come on, dog.
All right, so going through our teams, Rashad, you got Saquon, Chris Carson, OBJ, and DK, David Montgomery, Brandon Cooks, Julian Edelman, Josh Allen at QB, Hayden Hurst, Darrell Henderson, Buffalo Bills defense, John Brown, and Alan Lazard. Not a bad team at all.
The only thing I would do different was when I saw Kyler go, I would have just went Watson, and then I could have probably got Cooks or Edelman on the way back still. So that's probably the only thing I would do different. But I got Josh Allen the round after, so I'm cool with that. And
Josh Allen gonna be top 7, top 8 every year. Like as long as he run the ball, like and he passes only gonna get better. So, I mean, if you take a leap with taking a leap with Diggs, I mean that's, you know, if anybody who loves Josh Allen, that's what you're hoping for, you know, in this draft or whatever. I went Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, Kenny Galladay, A-Rob, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Howard, Jarvis Landry, or Javaris Landry, Latavius Murray, Matthew Stafford as my quarterback, Noah Fant, Chris Thompson, because we don't know what the Jacksonville are going to do. What are the Jacksonville Jaguars at this point? LA Chargers defense to start the season off against Joe Burrow, and T.J. Hockenson.
Man, the Jags just traded their safety to
Ronnie Harrison
to the Browns.
Ooh, hey, my boy Stefanski working, because I think they lost Grant Delpit, got hurt I think he out for the season. So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, they run the same exact scheme defensively. So, that Seattle scheme in Cleveland now. So, that makes sense. So, Ronnie Harrison's playing the same position he played in Jacksonville. So, that's pretty good.
Bro, I'm going to take $100 and put it on Jags 0-16.
Oh, yes. I'm with you.
There's no way they win a game. They trading or cutting everybody.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I'm with you on that one, because imagine imagine something like that. Like, just the fact that we might have an 0-16 team, they trying their hardest. Like, that's the point. They're trying their hardest. We do have the AFC West and the AFC South divisions coming out this week, so make sure y'all check that out. With 3 divisions left before the season start next week. So let's just, while we got some time, we got 20 minutes left. First of all, where do you think Clowney should go? We talked about it earlier. Saints or Titans? I mean, obviously, I think both teams are. I mean, both made the playoffs last year. I mean, going to the Saints is a cheat code with you and Cam Jordan. So I think, me, I'm all about making a duo, and if I can make a duo, that's where I want to go. So I think I'll lean more Saints, but this is a guy who wanted $20 million, and now he's about to take
probably 8 to 12.
Oh man, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, because who was it offering him like 16, 17? Was it the
Browns? I mean, should have went. You and Myles Garrett? Come on, man.
I mean, I understand Cleveland not the best city, but for 16, 17
million,
you might have to do that at least on like a 1-year rental. Like, if you get hurt, you just get hurt. You still get your money.
I mean, outside of Mardi Gras and the beach right there, I mean, New Orleans ain't nothing. I mean, that's not a, you know what I'm saying? That's not a city I want to be in either. Tennessee ain't either. I don't know. If you're doing 1-year rentals, though, I mean, I'm all going to Cleveland. It's cold, though.
But when you talk about like a city, though, it's not really a whole lot of spots you can go to that are just crazy good cities for sports. I mean, you got how many guys can you get to Miami or Houston, or if you just love the LA life or New York life, how many guys can you really get to those spots?
Yeah, that's true. Because all the small markets be for the top of the draft.
Yeah, so I mean, outside of maybe Dallas, or if you just want to go to Jacksonville, well, not for real, but just hypothetically, just for the no state tax of Florida or something like that. But how many really warm weather cities or like just a dope spot like Miami can you really go to?
Man, you're right. I mean, as far as if you want to cheat, you probably.
I mean, I think Denver's a cool little spot, but if people don't want to go to Denver to play in Denver, like the altitude be choking people out. You got your asthma pump, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if all right, for just strictly football, you have to pick the Saints. I mean, you're talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback. You got the offense that they're gonna be clicking. The defense is already there. Marshawn Lattimore, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis. I mean, you just another, and like this is the thing. Cam Jordan is a sack guy. Clowney is a disruptor. You put those two guys on the same field together, like you have to worry about Clowney, and that's going to make Cam Jordan look even better. He already make All Pros and Pro Bowls without Clowney. It's just more music to like. I mean, it just adding, making the rich get richer if he goes to New Orleans.
Man, all I'm gonna say is before we got on the stream, you know, you were talking about who you would bet on for Defensive Rookie of the Year. If he signed, you know you can't bet that guy, right?
Who's that?
The two guys you were debating for Defensive Rookie of the Year. You probably can't do it if he signs to Saints.
Why not though?
He won't get any sacks.
Who you talking about?
They drafted Kenneth Murray.
No, Kenny Murray on
And
the
then-
Chargers. He on the Chargers.
No, yeah. Who took Patrick Queen?
Ravens. You talking about? I know it's rookie you talking about. I can't think of the rookie the Saints took. They took somebody though.
Yeah, it took a linebacker. I can't remember who dude was, but I know you were saying you might consider betting him for
I'm about to say.
defensive rookie.
I'm definitely putting money on Patrick Queen or Kendall Murray. I really haven't decided on that one, but if I can find me a player prop, Cam Jordan sacks, Clowney side, I'm going over. Because Clowney going to disrupt the left tackle or wherever he's lining up at, make the quarterback go to the side of Cam Jordan and get a sack. that's just going to be, oh man, that's going to be dangerous.
No, like I mean, I know Chase is like the favorite, but I wouldn't bet Chase. That just me. I wouldn't bet Chase.
I wouldn't bet Chase because one, guys on the team, all of them had like 8-9 sacks last year. So you're gonna be another guy who's gonna have 8-9 sacks. Like you're not really gonna.
You got a defensive coach. That's all you're gonna do is pressure the ball.
Right. So and he's not gonna make sure Chase Young do it. You know what I'm saying? Like unless he has some Nick Bosa crazy year where you just own like Chase Young's not the type of guy though. He's not the type of guy who's gonna be with the theatrics doing the flag playing and all that. That's not his game. He gonna work and go home. Like that's his game. So he won't win it just because he's not a. Guys always don't like Kawhi either because he don't do nothing. He just bust your ass real quick and go.
But no, that's why I like Kawhi just because of he play. He don't want to answer none of these stupid questions in the media. Just let me play the game, beat my family, and I'm done. Like I'm a ball player. I'm not here to answer these silly questions.
Yeah, so I think Chase Young is right in that category where he's gonna be a monster. He'll be a monster on the field, and then there you go. So
like they really asked that dude. How do you celebrate after? Do you even celebrate after you win a series? Like, duh, we just won something. Like people celebrate after winning one game.
Right.
Like, why would he not celebrate a little bit after one series? Like, why would I ask that stupid question?
They be bugging. They be bugging with these questions, man. Like, I mean, I get you trying to make a little story and get a little whatever, but it is what it is.
Oh yes, what's his name? Flipped it the other day. Spider Mitchell. They asked him how, like, the kind of pain he felt, and he was like, nothing compared to the people who out here suffering.
Hey, I love it.
Not trying to laugh about it, but he flipped it. Yeah.
Get it back. Get it back to what it's about. So, I do like that Mitchell, man. Mitchell about to get that max contract.
Man, I mean, I still think at some point he's gonna ask out. I mean, Utah always went to playoffs, but at some point.
I mean,
you only been out the first round one time, so at some point you're gonna get tired of just being a 5. Well, they went 7 this year, but they lost in 5 last year. So at some point you'll get tired of being a first round.
What's crazy is since the first time John Stockton and Karl Malone ever made the playoffs, whatever year that was, 87, 88, whatever, 85, whatever it was. Since they made the playoffs, like I guarantee Jazz probably got a top 5 winning record. Like, just like year in year out. Gonna make the playoffs, like gonna be there.
Yeah. You saying top 5?
I mean, it might be 5, but or maybe 6 is possible. But as far as like from that point to now, because even from John Stockton and Malone, ushering into the D. Will and Carlos Boozer years, like they was always making the playoffs doing the same thing: get the 1 round knockout, finally get to the conference finals. That's it, and then adding the Mitchell and Gobert part. And they only first round. So I think that's kind of crazy though. Like
they made second round I think 2 years ago.
I think that's kind of crazy for Utah though. Like they always gonna be there, but can they get that? I mean, because you're gonna have to draft it, and you got an MVP in Karl Malone, so he made 2 finals appearances. D. Will was considered a top point guard at one point, so then you got conference finals out of it.
At one point,
literally 1 point, 1 season. But do you think Mitchell got another level that he can reach and stay? Because like we know, for example, Tatum. We know he got another level he can reach because it's talking about. It's not like going into the playoffs, score 40, win a series. It's about like being consistently at that next level. Like Tatum, we know Tatum can get to the next spot. Do you think
he can take over the game?
Do you think Mitchell can do that to where he's going from what he's doing now, where you're gonna be a consistent all-star, one of the best scorers in the league, go put your team in the playoffs every year, but then go home in the first round. But you got that next step where you become, I ain't saying the next step is LeBron, Kawhi, But
No.
but maybe
No.
but maybe the next step is like I guess like Dame and them, like you know what I'm saying, like I would say what Dame, MVP, Paul George, Thunder, but he got put out first round too though, so that's not even a.
But yeah, both of them did. They
They
got
got-
first round this year. So,
Yeah, so I guess it really don't matter. I guess it don't
Yeah,
matter. Then
so
you
like-
try to go home no matter what. Then okay.
yeah, even if you what go up to 26, 6-6, and he probably won't even do that because he's a smaller dude. So, I mean, 23, 5-5 might be the ceiling.
Ah man,
Unless he just have like that one crazy year where he gets the 27,
I about to say it's going
7-4 or something like that.
it's going to take one more. Like I feel like they got Mike Conley a little bit too late. A little bit too late.
A little bit.
A little bit too late.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, he showed flashes like in playoffs, but that's that's about it. Yeah, he don't have it in the tank no more.
It's just that the wear and tear of being a 12-year vet now.
Yeah, if you can combine Conley and Clarkson, they probably can get the second round. Because Conley veteranness, with the defense, and Clarkson can score and shoot every shot he take. I mean,
like some people think they had Bogdanovich, they would have went
my
further.
boy.
I'm like, well, at the same time,
He takes shots
they
for
would have got they would have got back Harris and Barton. So I mean,
Bogdanovich.
it's still a wash.
I was like, Bogdanovich, my boy, he would have been a problem because Porter couldn't guard nobody. I mean, if you because Bogdanovich's only reason was he set up for COVID, so I think he was injured a little bit, but it wasn't like I don't think it was severe if I'm not mistaken. But I know for a fact he went home because of COVID, so like at least Barton and Harris had an actual we hurt, so we can't play. If Bogdanovich was there, I mean shit, they put up them 150 like already without him. So I mean Mitchell probably wouldn't have scored 50. I don't think so.
Oh no, I mean,
So-
when you add people in and take people out, it changes everything. Like
Yeah.
that career high was it 60, 61?
I think
You-
he had 57 in game one. Yeah, that was
No, yeah,
Yeah, 50,
I mean, you don't-
yeah, 57 game one. Yeah,
I thought he had 60. But,
yeah, 57, and that was like the second or third highest behind Jordan at 63, or something like some crazy stat.
yeah. So you don't get a crazy number like that when you add in somebody else who can get 19, 20.
Yeah,
Cause he gonna take 15, 16
It's
shots
not
too.
himself. Yeah, exactly. Man, I remember we talking about before playoffs started how you were saying so like somebody gonna like get COVID during it. So far so good as far as that concerned.
Oh no! Right now, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? Because the family's popping up. Then when it's gonna happen now?
See, NBA got too lenient, but like as far as like COVID though, do you think it really had? I mean, outside of the fan stuff, but as far as playing the game, do you think it affected teams like not having Bogdanovich? Who another team? I mean, I guess Lakers not having Bradley, but I mean they won in 5, so it's not a big deal now. Maybe a big deal going to play the Clippers. But is there anybody who really, like a whole different team as far as personnel? I mean, because so teams are struggling, people struggling, but I mean that's struggling. I don't think that's
I think the main guy missing was Ben Simmons, but that's about it.
that's true. Yeah,
That's about the main. But that was an injury. That wasn't COVID-19.
I was like Ben Simmons injuries, probably Sabonis. I don't know. I don't think they could have beat the Heat in a
It'd have
series.
been more competitive.
Definitely. I think they could have won 1 or 2 because you got to think like Sabonis keep like he's rebounds, like that's his job. Like he can bang with Bam. Like I think Miles Turner not really. I don't know, man. What Miles Turner did game 4?
He got to get traded.
What Miles Turner did game 4? That's a Miles Turner I thought we would have already been here, like 25 and 14.
He's about 6 years in now. It's time to go trade him. I mean,
So you saying he ain't never gonna hit that next level, huh?
oh no, he's already peaked out, bro.
Damn, man. I had
He a good player, but he already peaked
yeah.
out.
I had so much high expectations for him because this is a type of guy who can play defense, rebound, shoot
That's what the
basketball.
Rockets need.
If the Rockets had Miles Turner, I'm fine with the way they play, because he can still run the floor. He's 6'11", 7 foot, can shoot probably just as good as Covington. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's that far off from these guys. They just pull it.
But how do you get him? What did you trade to get him?
Rivers? I don't know. Shit. Covington?
I mean, I'm just
Covington, that's about all he can do.
But you can't trade him when you just made a crazy trade to get it.
Right.
Well, I don't say crazy because Capella wasn't working anyway, so
You couldn't do it. You got to do a 3-team trade. you got to do a 3-team trade. That's not. You're not doing it.
I mean, PJ took a sneaker game crazy, but AD finna put the ball on the floor out there.
Oh man. Wait. What's your prediction for the Lakers and Rockets?
I'm still going with the upset, just 'cause I want to see it. I don't think they
you want to
actually
see
do
it.
it.
Okay.
I don't think they actually do it, but I want to see it go 6-7 and Houston
really-
get it. But I don't think it happened.
I really don't see how the Rockets win unless the game that they. I don't think they can play bad and win. Like for example, Boston against Raptors game 1. Like Tatum and all them were struggling, like shooting the ball, but they played good defense that they can play bad too and still win. I don't think Rockets have that in them. Like they can't. They had to live by the 3, and they had to live like expeditiously. T.I. voice, like they had to. They had ravishly. You know,
they'll lose 2 games just because Russ gonna have 9 turnovers.
Boy, Russ blew that game 6. They won game 7, but boy, them jokes about to fly, boy.
They barely won that. You got Dort out there getting 30.
Hey, Dort, you know what's crazy? Dort's a rookie. You know if that was anybody else, D-Book, any star scoring 30 game 7 with a pump fake to the side, cash. Like,
foul.
Jump to the foul. Yeah, that was – he obviously didn't watch the game before with Jimmy Butler and Chris Middleton with them refs. he must have watched the game before.
He a rookie. He's still learning, man.
That's good. That's crazy. Yeah, Dort. Thunder about to play this 4-guard set too.
Low key.
Oh man, that's crazy. Dort put a 30. I like watching the game. I was like, why is he making everything? Like it's one of those games though, where you just can't miss nothing.
But Marcus Smart had one too, so I guess it just and they on right now. So I guess it just kind of some guys just get hot, man.
Oh yeah, Marcus Smart had a great game. Speaking of the game, Boston up 10.5. Another bad night. Another bad night, bro. Like we got what? We got 3 minutes left. Just real quick, bro. Like
they need Kawhi. That's all.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like you lost a superstar. You lost a superstar, but the whole reason why I knew, even because I won money off picking them to be a 2 seed, but it's because like you got 3 guys who can, they're number 2 or whatever, but they can do this game my turn, your turn, my turn, and I when the series happened, I knew I was like, well, if they got enough bodies to maybe slow Tatum down, but that's not the case. They can't do it. I mean, right? Kim Bar got 21 right now. Tatum only got 10. Dylan Brown got 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Both of them get 20.
That's the reason why I thought they would be good. They had a chance. I didn't think the Boston Celtics could like rebound with them. Like if Tatum shoot a shot, he missed. That's it. Like I feel like Boston was like one shot kill. Like Kim would shoot the ball, miss. But Robert Williams, Daniel Theus, whatever his name is, he been making plays. Ojale and Grant Williams. These guys are not even 6'9", and they what I'm saying, like that's Marcus Gasol and Ibaka. Y'all going outside for me, bro. And y'all team y'all team international, man. Y'all going outside for me. Going outside.
They're a little bit older.
Yeah, they going outside.
Siakam's not that guy. He's more of a emerging guy.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like we won. I know I want them to be where they were, but the real key person that's struggling is Van Fleet. He's the shooter and he's not making shots. So that's where they really struggling at. They gonna get swept. It's not it. It's just not. It is what it is.
If they lose today, it might. If they lose today, it might go 5.
I don't think they're gonna win the game. Like,
well, I only care if I pick Celtics anyway, so I don't care.
Well, I'm glad I ain't put no money on this series, so I'm good. I picked them to win. No, I ain't picked them to win nothing. So I ain't bad. I ain't losing money. It's all good. But that's it for us, man. We'll be back next Thursday. Make sure y'all check out our AFC South and West coming out this weekend. Preach with Rashad.